for everybody. I mean, I'm sure a lot of nooks and corners have this feeling, but when you travel through BKC in the evening, Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai in the evening, buildings are lit up with this saffron, white and green. And so are the two of us. Saffron white, you are green. It's just perfect. But yeah, it'll be, it's great. I mean, Chandan used the right term. Enjoying the festival of the country. Independence Day has become that. Okay, first rates. This penultimate day to the Independence Day, a flat start, about 0.13%. So not great shakes, just about 23 odd points. Anyways, the implied open was suggesting about 28 to 30. Mid caps and small caps very quickly should pull them up as the bank nifty flattens out completely. Mid cap index a third of a percent, very quiet. Small cap index too should be quiet probably because it's a flat day of trade. Good part is, as the heat map will show you, HDFC Bank is not sulking too much. One which is cracked the most is Divi's. I suspect this is because of a drug launch which is happening sooner than later, and that's why Divi's stands to lose out a little bit. Hero Motocorp 1.5% lower, posts the numbers in line, nothing too special, but equal red and green. So that's the long and short of it. By the way, some other losers: ICICI Bank, Adani Enterprises, HDFC Life. HDFC Life 2 days on a trot, by the way, has been down despite having a fairly decent monthly performance. What's doing well? Hindalco up 1%. Tech Mahindra, Tata Motors, Apollo Hospitals. I must hand it over to Samina, frankly, because when you look at the large cap space, there isn't too much, Samina. Even Stevens, Divi's on news, and maybe a Hindalco.
I'm also surprised with the reaction on Hero Motocorp. Numbers were actually in line. The stock is down 2%. It's your second top.
Yeah, I think people don't like just inline numbers.
They don't like it. It's the brokerages to blame. If they're setting expectations so high, there is disappointment.
Yeah, no, but just before what I was watching out for was HDFC Bank, and it's right here. HDFC Bank is not sulking like yesterday.
But I was hoping it could recover this morning, but yeah, it's flat. It's not selling off any further, like Neeraj said. But lots of broader market earnings reaction today, and the reactions are sharp, I must warn you. The broader markets are outperforming, and this is not a good sign. So the breadth of the market is slightly weaker across the broader market universe. The mid-cap space, small cap, and the micro-cap space is trading worse off than the benchmark itself. So while the benchmark may be holding out, it's the other verticals of the market that are looking far worse in today's trade. Well, like I said, lots of earnings, and let's quickly move on to those. I'll start with Apollo Hospitals. I'm not sure whether the reaction is too sharp, but definitely worth a mention because they posted earnings, and earnings were a clear beat. And like Neeraj said, markets don't like inline earnings. You'd have imagined they'd like Apollo, but they aren't reacting to Apollo Hospitals just yet. TBO Tech also reported numbers largely in line. The stock is flat. Look at Texmaco, solid earnings. They've also seen an operational outperformance, but the markets are in no mood of rewarding what they believe is in line with what they were expecting. The stock sees a flat trade. On the sell side would be MTAR, HEG, All Cargo. Very weak numbers coming in from these tables. MTAR is down 6%, HEG is down 6.5%, and All Cargo Logistics remains flat despite a weak set of earnings. Ola Electric pops in the middle of all my earnings reaction this morning. The stock is up 70% since listing. The reason it's on your screen this morning is because they will be reporting their first set of numbers to investors this quarter. This is the first reporting after its listing on Ola Electric. So watch out for how this counter reports today. Techno Electric numbers were fairly strong. If I can get Techno Electric up on the screen, 3% up move on that one. Astra Microwave was a standout in terms of earnings this morning, but the stock is flat. SJVN also reported earnings. Again, very good numbers from SJVN. It is your top gain on the Nifty 500 the last time I checked. Let's see if that still sustains in trade this morning. If we can get SJVN and Nykaa, that should be helpful. SJVN is up 7%. Nykaa as well reported earnings that were good. They've also talked about acquiring 39% in Dot and Key, on back of which the markets may be rewarding the counter in early trade. In fact, even Chandan agreed that this stock could be seeing a positive bias. For now, it sees a gain of nearly 1%. Matut and Manappuram earnings were good. Brokerages seem impressed. Let's see if the market participants seem as impressed. Both those counters went home with a cut yesterday, and they continue to trade weak in this morning's trade despite earnings and despite brokerages giving this one a thumbs up. Well, all in all, Neeraj, I don't think it's a great start. The earnings that most of us believe were good, markets are not rewarding it this morning.
Yeah, very. It's Well, very interesting set of moves that are happening on trade today. Let's give these a chance to stabilize because the broader markets too haven't quite really perked up. Now, Samina has marked some of the newsmakers and the HEGs and Piramals and the MTARs of the world, which are doing what they are doing. Some others should come up on your screen. Ajanta Pharma has had a good move today, so keep an eye out for that. There is strength in Oil India, a bit surprising, but up in green. And some of the financial names, Chola Holdings, Motilal Oswal, seem to be doing okay as well.